guys, I know this video is highly overdue, but hey, better late than never. Here are my top 10 comebacks of 2020 in no particular order. I think this could easily be my favorite K-pop song released in 2020. In the beginning of the year, Everglow came out with Dun Dun, and I explained some of my problems with that era in my February comeback review video, but oh my gosh, was La Di Da the greatest glow up. It is exactly the type of comeback Everglow should put out from now on. We all know that Everglow likes to follow the trends, which isn't a bad thing because they always make something awesome out of it, and in 2020, a big trend in K-pop was a retro concept, and I consider La Di Da a retro concept because it does kind of sound like an 80s or maybe 90s dance song, but to me it sounds kind of futuristic, which is such a cool spin to this trend to me. That's also probably my favorite part of this comeback, but of course I have to mention Xion once again glowing this era in a pretty diverse set of stage outfits compared to their last eras, Eden's solo part before the end of the song, and their best line distribution yet. Honestly, just knowing Onda had proper lines might have been the best part of 2020 alone. Their album was also pretty solid with some great B-sides. I could just go on about this comeback, and I cannot wait to see what Everglow comes out with next. I think this might have been the first comeback I fell in love with in 2020. ATEEZ's title tracks are always a hit or miss for me. I don't know why, but I absolutely loved Answer. It was a really intense song with a lot of emotion. I love the vocal parts with all the rapping parts together, and then Jungkook's high notes. Seriously, that guy is insane. And then when you pair the song with the music video, it's like I watched a whole movie when I finished the song. I think Answer might have been my favorite boy group song released in 2020. I kind of discovered Stacy a little late, but once I heard this song, it was not hard for me to get reeled in. I just love these elegant, glittery, futuristic concepts. It gives me the same glittery vibe that Eungeung by A-Pink gives me, and with that song being one of my top K-pop songs ever, it is no surprise I fell in love with so bad. I always replay Ice's part in the pre-chorus. It's so satisfying to me, and Jay's deep voice caught me by surprise the first listen. And all the other Stacey girls have already amazed me with their live vocals. I'm just so excited to see what they have for us after their debut. Where do I begin? I almost made a whole YouTube video just talking about how much I love this comeback. G-Friend changed up their concept on us these past years, and I gotta say, I love the dark side they showed with Apple. If they weren't the classy goddesses, they were dark witches. Shout out to the stylist for the incredible stage outfits. I was blown away every stage with how beautiful the girls looked, not only in their beautiful dresses, but their makeup and hair also stood out to me. Also, don't get me started on the music video. The storyline hit, but there were also so many beautiful elements and a lot of use of color. It's seriously an underrated part of this comeback. And then the song, oh my gosh, I cannot get enough of the magical, nostalgic sounding song. Eunji's voice suited Apple so well. But not only did I love Apple, the B-sides off the Song of the Sirens album are so good. G-Friend may be one of my ults, but I usually never vibe with their B-sides, and this is the first album I liked all of them. Also, we got some behind the scenes content from the recordings and dance practices that we've never seen before from G-Friend, which is so interesting. I just literally love everything about Apple era. A lot of times I get annoyed when people say, y'all are sleeping on blank, but y'all really slept on the song. I really don't know what it is about the song. There's just so many layers to it. Every line sounds different than the one that comes before it and the one that will come after it. But it works so well. It's like chaotic and organized at the same time. I don't know. And for the concept, I really don't even know what proper term for it would be. It seems like a mix of so many different concepts to me that it becomes its own concept. Seriously, can someone tell me what concept best fits it? Because how are monochromatic jumpsuits, a leopard print theme, and Lucy in a cowboy hat all suitable for this comeback? Like, it's just little interesting and unique parts of the song and their performance that made me fall in love with this comeback. But Louis' hair could have easily been the only reason. Naughty really raised the bar for everyone. Their use of tutting and voguing is really unique to K-pop, but we all know that Red Velvet are the ones to experiment, and their experimenting really paid off as Naughty is a bop with an unforgettable choreo. I can say without a doubt that this era will be forever known in K-pop history. I Can't Stop Me is one of those songs I liked from the first listen. I even liked it from the teaser. The instrumental just sounds so beautiful, and Jihyo and Nayeon's high notes in the background just made me ascend. Just like G-Friend, this is another song that was released after a change in concept, which is amazing because I Can't Stop Me is now a staple in their discography to show their growth as a K-pop group. Part of me feels bad that I love this comeback so much because I know the song was especially difficult for the girls to perform dance-wise and vocally, which definitely increased my respect for the members, and I'm so proud with what they did for this comeback. For a while, I had Scream on my list instead of Boca because I definitely listened to Scream more than Boca because Dreamcatcher's first album hit so hard, but I honestly think Boca deserves more hype. It's like Scream 2.0, everything I loved about Scream but doubled. This song wasn't as catchy for me, but it had so many more iconic parts, including Shihan's high notes, my favorite part, the bridge, and how could we forget. Also, I've heard nothing but awesome feedback on the choreography, as it should, because Boca's dance and performance in general is so addicting. Also, I was a bigger fan of the stage outfits. They were always pretty similar, but not as similar during the Scream era. And plus, the hair looks were definitely more interesting too. I guess knowing that it was a hard decision to see which comeback I liked better really shows you how good of a year 2020 was for Dreamcatcher. The reason I put Not Shy on the list is because it has such a nice spot in my heart. It was very much a comfort comeback, if you will. It came out during the most perfect time I needed it. It was a very solid comeback. I loved the music video, the behind the scenes content, all of their wonderful dance practices, and of course their song. I think it's become my favorite ITZY title track. Of course, TXT made it on my list. Let's take a moment and appreciate the amount of effort TXT put in their performances this era and this whole year. This is their first comeback without live audiences, and they shared their difficulties with us about that, but they still had so much energy in their performances, it's crazy. Also, the choreography for Can't You See Me and Puma is top tier. I think what I love most about this era and why I put it on this list was the album. I loved every single song on it, and there's so much variety to it. Just everything about this comeback screams iconic. While these honorable mentions roll, I just want to say thank you if you made it to the end of this video. Like if you liked it, comment if you want to, and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.